hard for a foot or an inch. Yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in. Yeah, I fight for every breath that I
What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemian, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm going to pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 758. Tuesdays, we've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, ready to talk about pro wrestling and manias and mayhems and all kinds of things. First of all, joining us from Geek Central #1 in Beacon, New York. He's the only Mayhemmer with a feature endeavor letter from the WWE and a Slammy Award. He is Mad Mike.
Sorg.
Yes, Mike.
We're closing in on WrestleMania.
Yes, we are.
And I do want to say, before we get too heavy into it, a little COVID shot update. Serious stuff.
Okay.
I got Moderna. If you got Moderna and about 10 days after your shot, you feel like your arm is sore again, don't worry. Totally normal. Just pop some aspirin. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Apparently, it's called COVID arm. Happened to me over the weekend, but if anyone else gets that, it's totally normal.
Now that we've had
my arm feels fine now.
The Mad Mike medical update, although myself, I just got it this afternoon and just found out, oh, hey, if you've recently had COVID, it's basically like the second shot. So I got a lot of stuff booked tomorrow, plus trying to get through this show. So if I just kind of fall over, just carry on without me, guys. I just put it on the Zoom link, and you guys can just keep going. It'll be just like it's just be like when I fell under the desk during the Sexy Talented Dudes Christmas special when I got blackout drunk live on the air. So, but anyways, also from Geek Central number 2 is Chris Taylor joining us, sir. How you doing?
Well, speaking of people who know a little something about being blackout drunk.
Hey! Oh, man, I missed that easy transition. Damn it.
You set up the segue perfectly, and I stepped up the bat and crushed it.
Listen.
It's good to be back, man. Thanks for having me.
That's great. Listen, I'm still like blocking out the trauma of filming the drunk Chris Taylor segments from RWA, like the really bad ones. Like that was a period where we were doing some interesting things down there.
Yeah, we were definitely doing some very interesting things down there. But the most hilarious part about those Chris Taylor drunk promos were I was 100% sober. Mm-hmm. So that's the scary part about it.
Yeah.
I still think I deserve myself an Academy Award for that. If you'd go back and watch it, I'm like, well, listen, I deserve a little something for that. Someone needs to get that out there because that was some good performing on my part. I must say so myself.
That's right, and you can see a lot of that over on IndieWrestling.network. Just a quick plug. So he's hanging with us. We're going to be talking all kinds of wrestling news. Of course, we're on the short alleyway to Wrestlemania, and we're going to try to catch up on what's going on with all that and whatever else that we're going to end up talking about. And I think we got the Snyder Cut discussion out of our systems. We'll see.
Well, I also don't want to spoil it for Chris. He hasn't seen it yet.
That's right. That is right. So we gave the good idea, bad idea on that to him over on Patreon. So.
Yeah, bottom line, if you do come to this show looking for our opinion on Snyder Cut, Sorg loves it. I think it looks pretty.
Yes.
Moving on.
Yes. And I'm sorry I didn't properly plug, but Chris Taylor, of course, has been popping up and making waves over on the Fight Underground Fight Council. That's every Thursday at 8 p.m. over on their social media and IndieWrestling.us, a lot of the feeds as well. So, and we'll catch up with Chris about how that's going and whatever else is going on in the wrestling world for him. But in the meantime, please go check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can drop us an email at that famous email address.
Good times
at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can check us. You can drop us a line at the voicemail that you already have under Drunk Dial and/or under your ex-girlfriend's phone number name, 412-206-WMS0 at Mayhem Show on the Twitter, Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook page and group. Of course, we stream to the Facebook page, but also a lot of great discussion and news throughout the week is happening over on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook group. It's probably the core of our community right now. And, of course, we're live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live, YouTube for the Wrestling Mayhem Show, and on the Sorgatron Media Twitch page. So there's multiple ways. If you got kicked off of Facebook because that thing you said about that guy, you got your YouTube still. And if we kicked you off there, I don't know if Twitch kicks people off there except for Metallica. So you got options. I'm saying you got options, guys. So, and of course, if you don't, and of course, we are a podcast first and foremost, so that's pretty much anywhere that you get your fine podcasts on Apple and Google and Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, whatever, TuneIn Radio, so you can tell your Amazon Echo to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem Show podcast on there. Make it pretty.
Just scream outside of your house.
Yes.
If you want to listen to the Mayhem Show, someone will eventually.
If you walk out of Sorgatron Media Studios into the middle of Broadway here, don't get hit by a train, and just yell, Wrestling Mayhem Show! Something will happen.
Something will happen. Apparently, we have some hate for Chris Taylor in the chat room.
Already? What? What's happening in there?
Well, it's Bradley.
Oh, yeah. No, I understand.
Oh, I mean,
well, I if it's what I'm thinking, I think we might be touching on that a little bit later in the show here.
And notice I said Bradley. I'm addressing him correctly.
Respectful.
Until the end of Lent.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's back to what I previously called.
How many? I thought you were only supposed to give up one thing. I feel like you've given up a couple of things. I'm not listen. I'm not judging your religion, sir. I'm just saying. I'm misunderstanding.
Well, no. Bradley also was very kind and donated to my friend's GoFundMe.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So solidarity, show of respect, but you know.
And as with most things on this show, solidarity usually involves money. So
I can be bought.
you can be bought. One thing we've learned in 15 years, we can be bought. Our love can be bought. So, but anyways, there's other things to say here. Oh, Patreon. As speaking of money, a lot of you guys support us over at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show, and this is probably the most important time of the year to invest in the Wrestling Mayhem Show. And I think I double checked, and I think I don't think I caught any big movements this week, except I noticed one. I think we're going to mention in a moment here. But thank you to our Patreon supporters, our friends at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! It still cuts out. We got to figure out your levels, Mike. So Ed Burke,
I was low.
I know you're low. It's like a volume. It's I don't know.
Like next time I'll
it's
just
like
do
too much. You know, you're Kamehamehaing it through the Zoom line and it's not handling it. Ed Burke, Bobby F. J. Town, and Team Hammer Fist, which I think we shared an awesome T-shirt with them from last week, right?
Yes,
Some good stuff over there. What's the site that they're on? That they're not
fully gimmicked.
Fully gimmicked. Okay, go check that out and look up Team Hammer Fist. I believe it's under their name there.
Yeah.
Poppy Club, Dave Potter's hanging out there from the iPhoneography podcast. Our friends at the DP, Dave Potter at the Pizza Club. We have Doc Remedy and Kyle Turner at the manager level. This is where it gets a little. Hold on, because I got some adjustments here. I know Farnsworth Investments is still on there. Bradley Ruthers is still on there. Heel Bradley, Tina Keys, The Riz, Occupy Pro Wrestling, and our new top donor that just upped his donation for the month, Mad Mike.
Yeah. That's
Because what happens now this time of year is Mayhem Mania. We'll be touching on Mayhem Mania, our thought experiment WrestleMania booking event that we do this time of year. And next week will be Patreon in the Bank. And I believe Monday, maybe a little bit on Talking Mayhem Mania. There'll be, I think Monday we're working on maybe have some announcements for Patreon in the Bank. But you will be granted special powers over the Mayhem Mania card.
And Sorg,
yes,
the top donor, decides the order of Mayhem Mania.
Decides the order of Mayhem Mania. Oh man, with great power comes great responsibility, Mike.
Sorg. Don't you think I know that?
By the way, if you're on video, you may notice the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet behind him there. Yeah.
Sorg, it's not just one.
Oh no!
It's
Oh no!
two.
There's another one in. What? I forgot there's a second one, and it lights up. Yes.
Yeah, left hand, right hand. You know, it's fine.
Gauntlet it up. Just gauntlet it up. Oh boy, but you guys support the show too and become part of that and get some nifty extra chatter, some great geeky chatter that Chris and Mike were having before the show over at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. So I understand there's an event in a couple weeks. I understand there's a WrestleMania, guys. You know, it is weird, and I know we got kind of sidestepped.
WWE kind of figured that out.
Yeah,
too,
I know we kind of
we got a book.
We got sidestepped this time last year, of course, because we were still coping with the what is WrestleMania, what is happening, how can there still be wrestling, you know, and plus in our daily lives, what is happening basically at this exact time last year, right? So. I mean, we were just like asking questions, I think, for 3 weeks here on the show that had no answers. But you know, so we really kind of, you know, I remember, like, in my mind, the WrestleMania lead up and all the flashbacks and everything started in like early February in years past, right? To remind us of that. And hey, WrestleMania's come around and the days countdown and everything like that. And that just got absolutely just interrupted for us last year as we, you know, hey, everybody's tickets got canceled and everybody's watching at home. This year we kind of have a mix. Tickets just went on sale this past Friday, I think it was, if not Saturday. You know, we are just, as of I think last night, getting what matches are going to be showing up on which night of the show, being we're 3 weeks out. So I guess it's a good time to be doing that as any.
Well, and like we said last night, the reason they're doing that is because people are buying tickets for this one.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, versus before when they're hyping it up for such a long tail, right? Like they're selling tickets as of fall, So they got to keep hyping that train to get people in the door so they can fake break attendance records in every venue. So, so that just starts now. And did we really get multiple just throwbacks to Hollywood Hulk Hogan last night? Is that what was happening? Was that our WrestleMania throwback?
We sure did.
That seemed weird to me. So, but I guess officially your WrestleMania hype starts now. It's going to be a short run to it. I don't know what those tickets are going to look like. I feel like they're going to sold out whatever's capable right now for WrestleMania. But I don't know. I really don't know. It's such a question mark right now. So, but Chris, kind of watching things here. Like, do you have any feeling on that?
Well, let me chime in real quick if I could take one hat off and put one hat on real quick. And can I address heel Bradley for a second?
Oh, is something happening out there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I see in the chat here that he's like he doesn't like Chris Taylor. I'm gonna keep this very short and I'm gonna keep this very sweet. Heel Bradley, I stole your girl. Get over it. I stole her. I took her to Disney. I married her. She's my princess, not yours. Deal with it. Get over it. Move on. Go, I don't know, knit a sweater, do a Sudoku puzzle, whatever it is that you do, but get over it. She's mine now. Thank you very much.
So,
Okay.
That was
That jumped up a level.
yeah. I did not see that coming.
That jumped
At
up
all.
a level. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, Hill Bradley knows exactly what I'm talking about. You know. Yeah.
I didn't know about this history between Chris and Bradley apparently. So
Sorg, do you want to know? Starting the go home Raw.
mm-hmm.
Do you want to know how many hours of WWE programming there is from that until there's a day without WWE programming on it?
Wait, are we're talking about the Raw before WrestleMania?
Raw before WrestleMania.
And we've established WWE programming will be continuous until at least the Tuesday after.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have Raw, you have the Hall of Fame, you have NXT Stand, NXT Deliver, you have SmackDown, Mania Night 1, Mania Night 2, Raw, then NXT on that Tuesday. Sorg, that's 29 hours.
Are you ready for a day
That's
and a
almost-
change?
Are you ready for almost a full work week of wrestling?
It's gonna. Hopefully, it doesn't feel like
And
it. But
and I'm conservatively guessing that the Hall of Fame is 5 hours and each Mania night with the pre-show is 5 hours.
yeah,
They're probably going to be longer.
yeah, that'll be interesting.
That's a conservative guess.
Few things we do know about that week that came up in the. I know we've been chatting up a lot of these. First of all, Batista will not be a part of the Hall of Fame. He was originally slated to be part of the Hall of Fame last year before everything went up in smoke. But he has a prior commitment, probably a movie gig or something. And also remember the movie gigs, like he could be in another country, right?
Oh, I'm assuming he's doing Guardians 3.
Well, that's not necessarily. There's a
Maybe.
lot of projects. You don't know where that's at. But either way,
No, but I thought I remember seeing Karen Gillan was getting ready for Guardians 3. So
well, there you go.
Yeah.
So-
I think they're filming.
So and supposedly
And
they're-
that's over in New Zealand.
and I
probably.
think they're combining the 2020 2021
They are.
Years.
The class is stacked. The class is stacked. Like, you got the NWO, you got the British Bulldog, you got Jushin Liger, you got Molly Holly, you have the Bella Twins,
yeah.
you got Eric freaking Bischoff. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be one more announcement.
Wait a minute, are you mad about Eric Bischoff?
No, I'm just saying you have Eric freaking Bischoff. Like,
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
yeah, no. Bischoff in the Hall of Fame, absolutely, totally fine.
Yeah.
I did watch Talking Smack though.
Yeah.
They asked Kayla asked Paul Heyman what he thought about Eric Bischoff going in the Hall of Fame. And I won't be able to do Mr. Heyman justice, but he said he pimped Eric out. He said absolutely. He's like, I'd say the WWE Hall of Fame is incomplete without Eric Bischoff because there's almost no one that had more of a significant impact on the business.
Mhm.
And then he said, that in the late 90s, the wrestling world was run by 3 people: Vince McMahon, Eric Bischoff, and Paul Heyman. And only one of them is still relevant enough to be on TV at the top every single week. And I was like, sir, this is why, like, whenever Paul Heyman goes into the Hall of Fame, just give him the night. Just give him the whole night. Just have him be the only guy.
You feel like it might be a roasting of the wrestling business when he gets the mic that night, because there's nothing more to attain.
Yeah.
So
I just hope Brock inducts him.
Wait, you want Brock Lesnar to give an induction speech?
Yes.
That doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't know.
No, I think it'd be the best idea.
Maybe.
Either that, or have Bischoff do it.
That actually would be great. That would be pretty.
Or like JBL or Jerry Lawler.
Chris, what do you think of this this lineup of the Hall of Fame that's going in this year so far?
I mean, the lineup from last year and this year already is fantastic. I mean, obviously, like Mike just said, I mean, Eric Bischoff's, I mean, he's got to be in there no matter what.
Yeah.
I do love the fact that Paul Heyman has zero chill. All these years, zero chill. He doesn't care. And he's petty, and I love it. I love everything about it. Yeah, I mean, that's an incredible class. Now, I don't know did you guys hear, is the rumor true? I read this a little bit ago. I don't know if it's official yet, but they're saying that Rob Van Dam's going in this year too.
Really? I haven't heard that yet.
That's what I was seeing via social media.
I've heard the same rumors.
Okay.
I've heard similar stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's not active with Impact Wrestling now or anything.
No.
And not that I don't think that would really matter in the long run if he was offered.
Bischoff was just on AEW like weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. They brought him in
doing the Inner Circle gimmick.
Yeah, because they've had him twice now pop up. Well, he was what was he? He was the moderator when they did the debates around the I'm using air quotes around the election, and then they had the what was it? What was it a press conference?
It was who the fuck cares? It was like Chris Jericho take the time away from the younger talent.
It's getting MJF over, but we're not getting in this conversation again because we're not doing that to Chris. But anyways, so that's why we're getting all that NWO stuff, because they're doing NWO inductions. That makes sense.
Well, no, NWO was set up for it last year.
Right, but I think they were doing kind of some reminder packages last night.
Well, I think also they want to highlight what's on Peacock too.
Oh, right. All right. We got to get people on the cock.
Yeah, because like if you say, "Hey, did you know Hulk Hogan and The Rock? Did you know they fought? Did you know you can watch that on Peacock and not much else?"
That's not entirely fair.
No, Sorg,
Hold on.
Sorg. After the pay-per-view, myself, Tina, and DP did a deep dive.
Yeah.
On what's on Peacock.
Okay.
There ain't a lot.
Oh no. So
there ain't a lot.
So I've been poking at it a little bit too, and again, there's like, I don't know, like the stream is like best of WWE and WrestleManias and Royal Rumbles, so I don't think that is much of a.
Sorg, they only have SmackDowns from the Fox debut on.
Really?
Yep.
I noticed the Monday Night Raws were weird. They had a handful of episodes of WCW Saturday Night. And granted, like, listen, like this did come up quick. This is obviously a boardroom decision that didn't talk to the technology people, right? But it is hard to explain that to a bunch of people that are just don't pay attention to this and just say, "What do you mean you're canceling my WWE network? And what the hell is a Peacock?"
Oh, I'm fully aware of that.
Yeah, like a lot of people, people figured it out last week.
Yeah,
and more people.
A lot of people are gonna be real upset,
and then a lot of people are going to figure out April 4th, and even worse, even more people are going to figure it out April 10th when they go to try to watch WrestleMania.
Yep.
Now,
I hope you catch it live.
So,
because there's no start from beginning.
Oh yes, it's the features aren't there. It doesn't pop up. I got your event will.
By the way, if you're a wrestling fan, grab some diapers, because you cannot pause the show. You can't pause that live feed.
Okay.
So unless you want to time it for entrances, whatever you're gonna do, I wouldn't need anything that's too binding. Where you're gonna miss a whole segment.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Just plan accordingly. That's
So we are learning that Peacock was not made for WWE content.
Ooh.
But they will get WWE content. So, I mean, there's some things.
It's almost like the cock can't handle it.
No, the cock can't handle the Raw. First of all,
the cock definitely can't handle the Raw.
No, as I'm looking at the plays. So this is something I do appreciate. Because I noticed this for SmackDown, and I see the one, and I'm going to try not to play too much here. But they do have playlists. If you're like, hey, I just want to kind of see the highlights of what happened last night on the show, you don't have time for it. So the highlights usually go on YouTube, right? And I think these are the same ones that are featured here. But you can watch the bits of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown from the day before. Like there's 5 kind of overarching clips of what happened here. That'll load up here. So I mean that's nice and convenient, little bit.
I
but I mean there's not a whole.
I guess I wouldn't go to Peacock for that.
No, it's not. It's a feature. It's not a goal for something like this. Also, it's interesting. So you do get I think this is the first time we've done the show since they launched. Because it was just last Thursday. And the organization does seem a little haphazard. There's no, hey, here's NXT, here's this. Like 205 Lives haven't even gone up yet.
Well, the featured series.
Yes.
That's where you'll find your shows.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you go to SmackDown, like it only has up to the Fox debut.
Yeah, and you'll have weird things. Like I went to look for NXT last week.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're not caught up. Like 205 Live, the most recent from March 5th. The NXT was not showing the one from the night before, but they did eventually. From last week is up there, but also there's still gaps. Like
Dave is saying that the web browser interface is much better than the TV app.
Yeah, the TV app gets a little wonky because I don't know what I'm on when I'm switching things.
It's really weird when we were looking at pay-per-views.
Yes.
So if you look at WrestleMania, apparently there have been 35 seasons of WrestleMania.
Yes. They're definitely shoehorning everything into season and episode.
Which is not what wrestling.
Again, like WrestleMania is an episodic yearly thing, I suppose. But it's they're definitely, you can tell it's not made for it. It's not as nice as WWE has fine-tuned something over 7 years for pro wrestling and actually rebooted it once.
And there's also no search feature.
No search at all?
Not really.
There's a search, but you're telling me I can't search for, like, what happens if I search for John Cena? I'm not getting matches anymore.
Well, you'll probably get matches. You might also get
even to that point. I search for John Cena, and you can't see him on Peacock.
But yeah, like give me a random thing to search for in the network, not a person, a thing.
A thing, a person, a WrestleMania, maybe?
No, like an actual item, like an item that has been used in wrestling.
What do you mean, like a steel chair? What are you talking about?
Okay,
here?
Steel chair.
Why would?
Steel chair, TLC, tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs match, brutal steel chair assault. Try searching for steel chair on Peacock.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Steel chair. This is an interesting experiment. Okay, and I get nothing.
Yes,
nothing. But if I go back a couple, I will get. No, I don't get anything.
You got Stella.
Stella Days.
Stella.
What is this? What the hell?
See? This is what I'm saying.
Is that Martin Sheen as a priest?
Yep.
The hell?
Sure looks like
okay. All right. Yeah. No. I mean,
the search feature, not where you'd like it to be.
So once again, everybody's got the cock, but nobody likes that they got the cock.
Hey, some people just.
And I say everybody, of course, not everybody's getting it.
We all just had the cock forced on us.
We did get the cock forced on us the last couple of months. and we have to rediscover the cock in order to get something out of it. Chris, your thoughts?
We're using Peacock as an innuendo. So we're trying to fit as much. We're trying to fit in as much cock as possible. Is what we're
Yeah.
trying to
Oh,
say.
yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're definitely trying to jam in as much cock into a segment as you can.
Yeah.
You got me. You got me. You popped me.
So-
No, I mean, I think it was definitely one of those things where it was definitely kind of a knee slap kind of a decision. I think they decided that, this was probably the best business decision for them when WWE decided to sell the rights to Peacock. And you got to imagine, with as much content as WWE Network has, it's going to take some time. It's going to take a little bit of time to get everything over, get everything set up. I mean, quite frankly, they might as well have their own sub page, because WWE Network is so different from probably everything that Peacock has going on. It's such a different entity in that and of itself, because there's so much content, so much to search, so many different events, so many different promotions, so many different times. I mean, it's going to take some time, but I mean, I would freaking hope that they would, get it in order, hopefully within the next, few months.
Sorg,
yes.
Sorg, what was that thing on the bottom of that screen you were just on? Was
Wait.
that eco-terrorist?
Wait. What was I?
You were in the.
I typed ECW. You get about 5 ECW events, and
Scroll
it goes down, and you get Donovan's Echo,
Eco-terrorist.
Eco-terrorist battle
Right
for
there
our
at the
planet.
end.
That's the search gets even funkier. So just to follow up, Chris, like the word is that the official word from WWE and Peacock is that they will have supposedly the equivalent of what they have on WWE Network by SummerSlam. So this is somebody needs to go re-upload and re-tag all this stuff and adapt it.
They also issued a statement that the playback issues would be addressed.
Okay.
So who knows?
We're at 1.0 of Peacock with WWE. They do have a heading. And
this is why we had Fastlane, basically.
Yeah, that's why we had Fastlane, to address all those things and see what people are going to complain about. Like, okay, let's fix this. Okay, let's fix this. Once again, again, we have NBC money to throw at this, not just WWE money to throw at this. Like when we were improving on WWE Network, right?
Yeah, but
so
I saw NBC money did with the Heroes reboot.
that's no. I'm talking about technology, Mike, not producing reboot content. I'm not. So I also, so this was interesting. One, the search. Obviously, we search for things that we know are pay-per-view things, and we get random non-wrestling things pop up, which is some people will get driven nuts by that. But I also appreciate that we're in here, and of course, because of the cross branding of all the stuff that they own, you start scrolling down, and then we have a Rock section, and there's a best of WWE with the Rock, but then like his new show Young Rock, and then his appearance on Saturday Night Live, and the Rundown, and Fast 5, and Fast 6. And Titan Games. So now you have, and G.I. Joe too. You have like a Rock Central going on here.
I will say, I appreciate the easy list of what episodes of SNL The Rock hosted.
Yes.
Because I actually will go back and watch them.
He was on more than I expected. I think I just spotted like 4 episodes.
He's been on a few times.
Yeah. Like I thought it was just a handful. But yeah, again, if you're like, I want to go.
I think he's in the 5-time group.
Anybody that's been sitting there and like, hey, I'm running through all the WCW Nitros.
Sorry,
they're gonna get if they're not up there by then, they're gonna get a rude awakening when they have to switch over on April 4th.
Finish that real quick.
Yeah.
Seriously, if there's any stuff that you wanted to, like, you've been meaning to watch, like old tapes, like you wanted to see like an Andre the Giant Battle Royal or something, watch that quick.
And also,
you got about a week.
The interesting experiment is watching something like, I just pulled up SummerSlam 1998, and there are commercial breaks because I don't pay for the Peacock Plus.
Boy.
But again, you can only pay $5 and have access to all this stuff. So, including WrestleMania.
Man, people are gonna hate.
People are gonna flip on this thing. So,
fucking hate it.
And
so
I want. Yes.
They're gonna reject the cock so hard.
Can I chime in here?
Yeah, that's what you're here for, Chris.
What you guys are telling me is I've got a couple of weeks to rewatch the Sting Vampiro graveyard match if I want to do that.
What show was that on?
It was WCW. I don't remember.
If
which
that was a
event.
pay-per-view, you'll probably be okay.
Oh, it was pay-per. It was a pay-per-view.
Yeah, if it was a pay-per-view, you'll probably be okay. Because I would imagine pay-per-views are the things are going to get up quicker.
Yeah.
I have to go back and listen to the greatest call in wrestling history with Tony Schiavone of "Where's Vampiro? Vampiro's in the tree!" And Vampiro jumps out of a tree at Sting, and it's the greatest wrestling call in the history of pro wrestling.
Actually, I do have bad news for you because you will need to watch that really quick because that's from a Nitro.
Oh no!
And they have not, and this could change in 2 weeks, but as of yet, they have not posted, I believe, a single episode of Nitro to the Peacock.
That was a Nitro?
According to this quick Google I did, it was on the April 24th edition of Nitro. No. This says while they were in a graveyard. It says a first blood match, but they were in a graveyard.
I'm curious.
So
I'm going to go to WWE Network and type Vampiro tree. Okay. The only thing that comes up is Vampiro's Superstar page.
Okay. Well, he has a Superstar page. I guess he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Hey, that guy told me he ate a bag of dicks once. So,
Yes, he did. Yes, he did here on this show. That's the thing that's gonna miss. Like that's a nice feature of that.
DP says time to VPN to Europe.
It is. It really is. And I think we're gonna have to look at this. You know what? I think for journalistic integrity, I think I'm gonna have to experiment with that. I think Sora's gonna get a VPN.
I was gonna say, Sorg, if you want to do that, do it for Wrestlemania.
I think
we'll stream at the same time. See if the Peacock feed is behind 2 minutes, like it was over.
Yeah, it's supposedly the feed. Well, they say the feed's behind, but it's not going to matter when everybody's on the same feed next month.
Yeah, so. because DP and I were watching. I was watching on the network.
You just call him DP.
Yeah, no, his name is DP now.
Yes.
But I was watching on the network because #network for life. I saw the first show on the network. I'm gonna watch the last show on the network. And I was at least 3 minutes ahead of DP.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So here's a question, because I don't know if you want to do Canada, because they got a weird deal with Rogers up there. I don't entirely know the details on, but maybe the UK or something like that. So it'll be interesting. I think it's going to be. I think you're going to see a lot of tech questions about that as people start getting at that. So.
And I'm going to be curious as to what they do with like the Raws that were on TNN.
Mm-hmm. Why? Why?
Just because the TNN logo was all over that set.
I don't think that's going to matter.
Okay.
TNN doesn't exist anymore. So,
yeah, I know, but still.
But the point is that listen. I don't know about. They have to have content that has other stuff because there's like CBS TV studios and stuff like that, and they buy it for. NBC.
Yeah, I guess
that is the least of their concerns.
Yeah, I guess that's
so.
True.
But anyways, hey, you know what? A network that is not going to lose features anytime soon. That is the Indie Wrestling Network. We're still going strong. We haven't sold our stuff to a. Listen, I'm going to make you this promise. If we ever sell our catalog at IndieWrestling.network to another entity to put it in a different app,
it's going to be for a lot of money.
Well, first of all, and we're not going to lose features when we do that because I believe in the indie wrestling fan, and I believe in respecting the indie wrestling fan, the pro wrestling fan that is supporting guys like Chris Taylor and Lee Moriarty and Danhausen. No, that we don't know. I don't think we have any Danhausen on the network.
Okay.
Thanks for noticing.
Warhorse.
We don't have him either. That's somebody else.
I'm just throwing out names.
Do you watch the product, Mike?
No.
Jeez. The Rev Ron Hunt.
Yes.
Part of Shane Taylor
Ziggy
Promotions.
Heim.
Ziggy Heim. There you go. Now he's on the same page.
Fine.
I need to send you a script, damn it. But you can check out all this stuff, IndieWrestling.us, IndieWrestling.network. Some of our old episodes are popping up on the IndieWrestling.us feeds on Twitch and YouTube, being featured on our friends over at Grind City Roku app. We have a nice IndieWrestling.us feature. We actually threw up the 2016 interview we did with Britt Baker. Was really timely. So that's going to be part of this week's episode on Grind City Wednesday night. I believe it's 11 p.m. Eastern time. But they also feature a lot of great non-wrestling content over there. There was somewhere else. YouTube, on the YouTube page for IndieWrestling.us, we're featuring a lot of some of those early network episodes for you to sample what's going on with that, and of course Indie Mayhem Show and other great content going on over there. And brand new, I forgot last week, brand new as of Friday, Pro Wrestling Conquest is now a part of IndieWrestling.us. The first time ever full shows of Pro Wrestling Conquest have been available to fans to purchase and watch since their inception. They just had their 8th show, and a fantastic show. There's pictures going around. They had a crazy crowd. I think it was something like 300 people down there in Charleston, West Virginia. Your old buddy / foe, Ryan Edmonds, Chris, was down there. Jock Sampson, the main event, was in the main event against Impact Wrestling's Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. They've had Al Snow there before. Larry D from Impact, Jake Something was part of the show, and a lot of familiar faces if you did follow, RWAs and IWCs up in Rise Wrestling here in the Pittsburgh area, and a really cool mix of talent and an awesome party atmosphere that they have going on there. Chris, it might be starting. Listen, RWA was a sober crowd, at least intended to be, and was crazy. And these guys have infused their fans with alcohol, so it's getting a little nutty. But in a good way. So a lot of fun over there. Go check out what's new at IndieWrestling.us. Also, Wrestling from the Heartland Volume 2 is up there. And, of course, new releases from Joe Dombrowski Productions are going to be coming to our VOD platform in the near future. And, of course, that whole back catalog over the network you can check out for $5.99 a month. Check it out, IndieWrestling.network. One of the things that we do as part of IndieWrestling.us is work with our good friends at the Fight Council and Fight Underground. And, of course, a member of that council is our guest tonight, Chris Taylor. You have been making some noise the last few weeks on there. I don't know. Are you the regular noisemaker over there anymore? Because it just seems like you drop in to shake everybody's world up with a new announcement about free agency and a new head of the Fight Council the last few weeks like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, my history with Pittsburgh professional wrestling. I'm controversial. I'm the guy that a lot of people talk about, sometimes for the wrong reasons, sometimes for the right reasons, but seems to be a fitting role for me to pop in there and kind of, drop some bombshells during these council meetings that we're having. And it's been a lot of fun. It's I was away for a little bit from the council, and there's a couple of reasons behind that. And just so happens that when I pop back up, I'm bringing some big news. So, yeah, there's a lot going on over there. It's pretty exciting. It's a unique concept. It's something that's completely different than anything that's going on in any other independent promotion. And it's been a lot of fun so far. And they're just gearing up, man. They really are. They're just gearing up. They're getting ready to go. And hopefully, as things begin to open up more and more and more, we'll be able to get some some fun events out there, and it'll start growing like everything else. But yeah, it's been a blast.
Absolutely. Those fight councils are really interesting because they are like, I think we're just kind of saying the fact before the show that we're coming up on a year of having like 20-year veterans get on Zoom to have a conference every week, and amazing that part happens with it. But like it's been, there's been a lot of great conversations over the last year too, and to hear these vets like kind of go at it and spread their expertise, and you being a part of that, of course, has been really something.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing about it is, within the backstage, if you will, the office, if you will, the inner workings of the organization is, obviously none of it's scripted. It's we are there to, coach these fighters. We are there to make these fighters and these wrestlers the best that they can be, and everyone's jockeying for a position. And of course, as you know, there's a lot of ego involved. We're all pro wrestlers. Egos kind of come with the territory. So yeah, I think I think with it's a lot of fun because everyone's there's a lot of smack talk. There's a lot of kind of whispering and get behind each other's back, and it's a chess game. And the biggest thing for us moving forward, I think, is the fact that we got to start getting the action in the ring. And again, with the pandemic and everything, and hopefully things getting back to normal, hopefully we'll be able to get that moving here soon. There's been a couple of events, a couple of fights, if you will, and they're incredible. They're incredible. The roster's fantastic. The talent, the infusion of talent that they have. But it's all about getting it on in the ring. That's what people are here for, and hopefully we'll be able to get that going more and more often very, very soon. But yeah, it's the whole fight underground concept is something that's very, very unique. It's not something that you see anywhere else. So it's definitely something to check out, and we're excited, and we're going to continue to grow it.
So I gotta ask, because I mean I think I've seen some posts from you, kind of like I don't know, throwing back, thinking of the good old days, or maybe kind of looking forward there. And I feel like everybody's had these considerations now that everybody's had a year to rest up here and think about things. Do you find yourself looking to get it back in the ring a few more times here? I know you were kind of doing it maybe a little sparingly at RWA as we went out and into lockdowns.
Well, it's been about 2 years for me now. I haven't been the last in-ring appearance I made was against Cicero, Jimmy Cicero in RWA. It was a very quick appearance. I haven't had an actual like full-blown match probably for over 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think as with any wrestler out there, you're gonna have those moments. You're gonna have those days, those hours where you think about being in the ring, and we are competitors, and we are entertainers, and we love what we do. It's in our blood. You can't take that away from us, and I don't think you ever fully truly get away from it. For me, I do have those moments. I do miss competing. I do miss the energy of a live crowd, especially like an RWA crowd that's just out of their freaking minds. I do miss it. I think for me, it came down to, I knew in my head and in my body that it was time to start slowing down, if not walk away completely. I've been doing this since I was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing this since I was a teenager, and for the first good 15 years of that, for sure, I went hard and I went fast, and I was not nice to my body in many, many ways. So it did end up catching up with me, I think, a little bit quicker than maybe it did for some. So I did listen to my body, and I knew it was time to kind of maybe step away a little bit. That's not to say that there's not a couple left in me. There have been some chatter. There's been a little chitter chatter here and there. I will tell you that there's still some left on the table. There are some things that I definitely don't want to walk away from. Some matches that have been brought to my attention recently that I sit there and go, I can't say no to that. I can't pass that up. There are some individuals that have gotten in contact with me over the couple of years, and they've asked me, hey, what do you think about this? And they're all very, very tempting. I will say, if I have a few left, if there are some that I'm going to lace them up for one more time or a couple of more times, I am going to be very selective, just because I only have so much left. But they're out there. They're definitely out there. And with wrestling, you never say never. I mean, it's pro wrestling. You never, ever say never. So I don't know. It's possible. It's very, very possible. The will is there. It's in the heart. It's just getting the body where it needs to be to make it happen.
Absolutely. I mean, I guess we're seeing more and more with that. I mean, your Christians and your Edges and your Daniel Bryans, right? That should have been done, and now everybody's kind of looking at that now, right? At least like what capacity that you can come back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with if you're able to be smart with your body, if you're able to make the effort to, you know, get yourself cleared, if you're in a situation where you have to get yourself cleared, or to take care of your body and get your body back into a position where it can, you know, it can take the abuse that professional wrestling brings to it, then yeah, I mean, you definitely never say never. I mean, there are guys like you said, Daniel Bryan and Edge. I mean, Edge is in his 40s now, and he looks better than he's ever looked. And it took him how long to be able to get back in the ring? Daniel Bryan, same kind of a situation. You know, I've had 7 diagnosed concussions. I've had, you know, I've got multiple. I got a shoulder right now that I probably should go get looked at, and probably going to need surgery on, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. So, yeah, I mean, it's in our blood, man, you know. And if as long as if the body's just willing, I think there's always a chance for any wrestler to be able to come back and at least give one more match, you know.
Absolutely. One thing I've noticed, you know, hearing stories, you know, interviewing guys like you for Indie Mayhem show, and watching, you know, and we all watch the documentaries and seeing like how the guys came up through the 80s versus like the John Cena's and all them, you know, that era. It feels like wrestlers are generally getting smarter about their careers to be longer lasting, to be more secure. You know, I guess we're a long ways from the 80s where everybody kind of just like, you know, probably ran on cocaine, right? So, you know, you're somebody that's been through it. You've had your ups and downs in your career and you know, in your assessment kind of period here as a veteran. Do you have any advice for, you know, I know there's some young guys and girls out there listening, you know, probably even coming over from the fight council rosters, listen to this program. Do you have any advice for the younger talent just in their first couple years, you know, to, I guess, for longevity in their careers?
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely, 100%. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. You know, athletes in general nowadays are taking care of their bodies better than ever. I mean, medical technology has advanced obviously through the decades, you know, leaps and bounds. But I think the biggest thing is, you know, take care of your body first and foremost, and that's internally and externally. It's funny that you mentioned that because, you know, in the 80s and 90s and so on forth, you know, I broke in the early 2000s, and that was kind of like a last of a generation kind of thing where we kind of joke about it, but we called ourselves kind of the last of a dying breed, where it's funny because we probably ran ourselves a lot harder than most because we were kind of the last of the sex, drugs, rock and roll kind of wrestler. Like, we were dumb. I mean, me and you know, a few of the guys, we were dumb. I was not kind to my body at all. I mean, we know my trials and tribulations. You mentioned running on cocaine. Well, yeah, I ran on way too much of that. I'll admit that full out. I shouldn't have, but I did. So that era is over. I think it's, you know, it's not what it used to be anymore, you know, especially with social media and everything else nowadays. You just can't be doing that kind of stuff, and it's better for your body. So I guess the advice that I have for young wrestlers now is take care of your body as much as you can. Wrestle smartly. I think that's the biggest thing for me. I don't want to sound like a grumpy old vet. I get this all the time.
Yeah.
But every bump you take hurts, even if it doesn't hurt then. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of these younger generation kind of wrestlers are out there, and they're trying to, you know, a lot of them, we call them, you know, the spot fests and all that. And it's just like, you need to learn that the big bumps, the big stuff, the big stunts or whatever you're going to do in a match, save them for when it matters. It's not what you do. It's not, you know, it's when you do it, make it count. Don't punch out your bump card before, you know, you're 5 years into the business. So take care of your body, wrestle smart, get out there as much as possible, get yourself out there, get yourself seen, and just work your ass off. Most of all, enjoy it. Have fun with it. Don't get deterred. Don't get upset. You're going to have your ups and downs. Most of all, professional wrestling is meant to be enjoyed by performers and fans alike. Enjoy it.
There you go. Well, I think some good advice here from Chris Taylor. And your song still gets stuck in my head, by the way, that Aussie song. But anyways, you're part of the Fight Underground Fight Council. Pops up here and there on Thursdays 8 o'clock on the Fight Underground social medias. FU Throwdown on most platforms, and on IndieWrestling.us streams as well. So you're gonna stick around and play some Mayhem Mania with us, right? For God help you at this point.
I'm gonna try to figure that out. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys guide me through it. I might consult more than I add to it, but we'll see where it goes.
That's fine.
I tried to figure it out. My messed up little mush brain was like, okay, I think I see what's going on here.
Just
but
don't worry. We'll hold your hand. We hold your hand through the process. It's just like, I don't know what to compare it to. So, in the meantime, here's something that all of us can get in on. Except for you vegans out there, sorry. Our friends at SliceOnBroadway.com. I don't know, they probably have an option, to be honest.
I'm sure they have a veggie.
Yeah, well, the vegan is the cheese too, so that'll be a problem.
No, but I'm sure.
I know they got a gluten free, and they got that they got all those things. Like we have some gluten deficient friends that enjoy right alongside us, and it's great. But you can check it out.
You're gonna make me look.
It'll make you look. You're looking at I mean, okay. You research that, and I'll do, and we'll come to you after the bit. New York City Style has been approved by Mad Mike. Yins are made here in 4 locations. New one opening up very shortly in the North Hills, East End, Carnegie, and Beachview, right up the street here, all in the Pittsburgh area. Sorry, everybody out there in Tina time. But go check them out. And of course, it is part 3 of our 6-part series of What's on the Side of the Box. They have this great thing on the side of the box. There's a lot of stuff on the box now since they've updated it.
Yeah, Sorg.
And hold on a second. And it's what to do with your pizza box. And we listen to the last 2 episodes. You can check out what those were. But this week, part 3 of the 6-part series from the box is you can build a fort out of pizza boxes.
Nice.
There you go. And if you want to skip to the end of the 6-part series, go pick yourself up some Slice on Broadway, and you can read the box yourself and keep it. But don't spoil it. No spoilers, please. So, Mad Mike, what were those options that we were looking for?
There's a whole section on the menu called Almost Vegan.
Almost Vegan.
And
okay.
It says drop the cheese for full vegan.
Fantastic. So you can be like, well, a little less. Okay, you can move the slider bar on your veganism. Is that how that works? I'm not an expert in veganism.
I don't think that's how that works, but
vegans in the chat room, help me out.
All you have to do is just pick one of these 6 pizzas here and say drop the cheese. And then you got yourself a vegan pizza.
There you go. And or if you want them to make it in the shape of a Hello Kitty, they'll do that too. The most fantastic thing I still have seen is
although if you're vegan, you probably don't want it in the shape of an animal.
Well, I mean, it was more of a Hello Kitty dough doll. Like it was just the dough was in the shape of Hello Kitty. Like 3D, not just like the outline, right?
And Sorg, they also have salads.
They do have salads. Actually, the salads are really good. The salads are very, very good. So now I'm getting hungry again. Damn it! I need to eat a grain bar or something over here because I don't have anything on. There we go. But anyways. Slice on Broadway. Can't wait for things to open up. Everybody gets their jab, and we can have our in-studio pizza parties once again. Chris, we'll have you up for it. So with that, we are going to take a quick break. We're going to get the Mayhemers on board on the Zoom call, and we are going to conduct the last normal round of Mayhem Mania and to learn what people learned from wrestling this week. We'll be right back after this.
What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohema, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm going to pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
For a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for referee.
The world of pro wrestling, it's bigger than ever. So how can you possibly keep up with everything that's happening? Just pro wrestling news. Don't fear falling behind. Give us just 5 minutes every morning and we'll catch you up on the biggest news in the world of pro wrestling. No filler, no rumors, no spoilers, no pop-ups. Just pro wrestling news. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app or tell your smart speaker to play the Just Pro Wrestling News podcast. Find out more. Go to justprowrestlingnews.com.
Wrestling Mayhem Show. We are here, Mike Sorg at the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, PA, and we are gearing up for Mayhem Mania. Chris Taylor still with us, hanging out here. Glad. Thank you for staying with us to brave Mayhem Mania, sir.
No problem. Let's have some fun. I'll figure it out as we go.
So I'm going to hand the reins over to as of last night, was a very distraught mainstream Matt over the condition of Mayhem Mania. Are you feeling better? Today?
I have high hopes.
I've
been told that all my concerns were just not even valid. I mean, apparently this was all my fault, Sorg. It's all my fault that we can't come up with a better WrestleMania card than WWE. But you know what? Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We have a new person with us tonight, Chris. I'm going to explain this to you as I would a child. So let us begin. Chris, this right now is Mayhem Mania. This is the internet's favorite WrestleMania fantasy booking game / competitive thought experiment. The goal is to create the best Mania card possible using only those people who are currently available to WWE. That means everyone that we're going to use comes in their current physical, emotional, contractual, pharmacological, etc. state. However, I will also mention once again, do not consider COVID-19 issues when considering eligibility. We are not counting that as any kind of disqualification for anybody because this is supposed to be a pleasant distraction, not a reminder of the terrible things going on in our world. Anyway, basically, if a wrestler is under a WWE contract or they're within WWE's orbit of influence, you can use them unless they have been locked up in a place we lovingly refer to as space jail. Graphic Sorg. Okay, these people, for one reason or another, have been locked away in space jail and are not eligible to be used in any matches in Mayhem Mania currently. Pat McAfee, Lacey Evans, Charlotte Flair, Asuka, Dominic Mysterio, Brock Lesnar, Billy Kay, Velveteen Dream, Austin Theory, Peyton Royce, and Edge. Now, the good news for all of these folks is that space jail is not a life sentence. They can escape space jail. You might have noticed there are numbers associated with all of these spots on that board, including the ones that some of them are in. Those are cell numbers, and every week, Sorgatron spins a prize wheel, and if it lands on their number, they escape space jail, and they get to run wild once again through all of our matches. So Sorg, let us spin the wheel and see if anyone escapes from space jail.
Here we go.
tonight.
Come on, Sorg, do it right.
Wheel of space jail. Turn, turn, turn.
Come on, 14 or 18.
2.
Sorg.
Oh
Two?
boy.
2.
Bum.
Two.
No one escapes
Wow.
from space jail tonight. Good. Less
Yeah.
complicated that way.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Loomis-
Chris,
Loomis has this shit on lockdown this year.
Loomis has got this thing locked up tight. The warden of space jail. Chris, I'm sorry. Long story. Anyway, so here's the deal. We are trying to get 8 matches graduated onto a super card. We are trying to make the best WrestleMania card humanly possible. We are trying to exploit the fullest potential of WWE's historically deep and vast roster of professional wrestling talent. Now, you might say, this sounds easy. We should be able to come up with lots of great matches. You might be right, but the deal is there's a hurdle to clear to reach the super card, and you have to basically be created in our undercard and then survive 3 weeks without being altered in any way. So far, only 1 match created over the past 8 weeks, 9 weeks, has been able to do that, and that is Raquel Gonzalez versus Beth Phoenix. Hell of a match. Damn good match. Looking forward to it. But that's the only match we've been able to graduate so far. I'm a little upset about it. I wish we could be doing better. We've been doing this for many years. Usually this goes a lot more smoothly, but this year it has been a drag. But anyway, as I mentioned, every match created on our undercard, it has to survive 3 weeks without being altered in any way in order for it to graduate to our supercard. So the changes that each of you will make to a match, each of you will make a single change to one of the matches on our undercard, and then we'll see which ones survive and which ones don't. Anyway, let's run through the 8 matches on the undercard that you guys are going to be able to play with here tonight. Sorgi, are you ready?
There you go.
All right, let's get down. Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt versus Taya and Johnny Mundo versus Rhea Ripley and Aleister Black. Created by Honey Badger, this is the designated cinematic match in Mayhem Mania. Legado del Fantasma versus Breezango and RJ City, created by Bobby F. J-Town. Sasha Banks versus Mako Satomura, created by Tina Keys. Keith Lee versus Pete Dunne versus Cesaro versus Walter, created by Chad the Shad. Randy Orton versus Papa Shango, created by Sorgatron. Drew McIntyre versus Adam Cole, created by Jim LaMotta. Cameron Grimes versus Xavier Woods, created by Bobby F. J-Town. And finally, Kushida versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Elias versus Roman Reigns, created by Alex Cars. Now, Chris, these are the options you have here whenever we're talking about making a change to these matches. You can swap individuals or teams in from off of the card or from another match between the matches. You can swap individuals between the matches. Or you can bring another individual or team from off of the card onto the match and then kick an individual or a team off of the card from the match that they're in. You can add or you can even subtract an individual or a team from a match that's there. So you can make what is a 3-way back down to a 1-on-1 or traditional tag match, or you can take a 4-way and make it a 5-way and cause even more trouble. Or you can just simply delete a match entirely and create a brand new one using completely new people. Also, we mentioned that we have the designated cinematic match slot. If you feel there is another match on this card that is much more worthy of being the cinematic match, you can actually swap their positions so that that match would be the cinematic match, and the match that is the cinematic match right now would go to just being just a match. So I think that covers everything. And now I will tell everyone that tonight we have the last line of defense, truly, between us and Total Annihilation. Tonight's players are Brandon leading us off. Then it will be Tina. Then it will be Mad Mike. Then it will be you, Chris Taylor. And batting cleanup under the application of the Alex Cars rule will be Alex Cars. Again, Chris, it's a long story. I wish I could bring you up to speed all at once, but suffice to say, do you have any questions?
I don't have a lot of questions. However,
Great.
that's a lot.
I mean,
That's a lot to take in at once. For me to be able to sit there and analyze this all within an hour or so and be able to come up with some things, that might be a little tough. But hey, I'm going to wing it. I'm going to give it my best shot.
Let me boil it down to the simplest thought process that you could have in your head. If there's a dream match in your head involving talent who are in WWE right now, make that match and do whatever you have to do to make it happen. If that means clearing out an entire match that's on the card right now, clear it out. If that means hacking off half of the other match in order to bring your people into that match, do it. So basically, do whatever you got to do to get to your dream match. And let me add, this also, that lesson applies to the rest of you. You got to come up with something big tonight, folks, because we need some better matches. Anyway, I said my piece last night. I trust all of you will do a great job. We'll see how it works. Anyway, Tina, you're on deck. As we know, as is tradition here, Brandon enjoys making his move via proxy. So I will reveal to all of you that Brandon has informed me he is going to delete Drew McIntyre versus Adam Cole.
Ooh.
And in its place, we're going to get Kevin Owens versus Matt Martell from Everrise.
What?
Wait.
Yes.
What? Wait.
That's his move.
Wait.
That's the match he made.
Wait.
Yeah. Kevin Owens versus Matt Martell from Everrise. That is Brandon's move. Brandon, that's a terrible match.
Oh, wow.
That's a former Chase Parker. You
Hey,
love to see it.
it's getting,
That is,
Matt's getting real judgy over there. I'm noticing.
Jesus, that no.
Like-
I was going to make it my gimmick tonight to just bury everyone's match, except for Chris's. I'm going to put Chris's match over no matter what he does.
No,
I'm going to be like, your match is good.
I'm with Matt. That's terrible.
All right, well, let's...
Brandon even said in chat, my match will be the best. I'm actually giving him an angry face emoji for that.
Wow, I don't know how he's going to come back from that one, but Brandon, if you need any counseling, I'm here for you, buddy.
I'm gonna roll back and say, Brandon, thank you for thinking outside the box. And outside.
I enjoy aggressive plays in this game.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if this is the play we were looking for, especially this of all weeks, Brandon. But
I'm happy Kevin Owens is back on the card.
yeah, I'm glad Kevin Owens is here. Nice to see him. Zoo enthusiast. Let's move on. That's Cars bait. Thank you, DP.
Yeah, but Cars bait doesn't count anymore.
Mad Mike, you're on deck.
Yep.
Tina, you're up. Tina, are you ready?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yep,
I
we got
hear
you.
you loud and clear. Sorgi,
All right.
go ahead and start the 90-second play clock.
And starts now.
Okay. And if memory serves me correctly, I can make a regular match, but swap it out. Swap it as a cinematic match if I wanted to.
You can replace that cinematic match with whatever you want if you want to.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay.
I will do Karrion Kross.
Okay. Go on. Tina?
Uh-oh.
Tina, did you freeze?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Got you
There
back.
we
I got you. I got Karrion Kross, and I'm hanging on your every word.
Karrion Kross versus the game, Triple H.
Whoa! Okay. All right, now we're getting somewhere.
Whoa! In a cinematic?
Hey,
Cinematic.
cinematic. Wow.
All right.
Well, you told me to do my best.
That's
Okay.
your best. I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Okay. Okay.
All right. All right.
Now we're getting somewhere. All right.
All right.
Chris, you're on deck. I know this is coming at you fast. Mad Mike,
Mhm.
are you ready?
Oh, I am.
Sorgi, start the clock.
It starts
Okay.
now.
Yeah, I know the clock's on. This is a move I've been wanting to make for several weeks now. I was going to save it for Patreon in the bank, but Matt's told us he wants us to bring it. So, the whole point of this thing is we want to book better than WWE.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is a match that not only would WWE never book, this is a match specifically that they are scared to book. And it's a match that the fans want, the people involved want. And honestly, it's a shame that it's taken us this long to get this match onto Mayhem Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bobby, I'm sorry. Cameron Grimes is going straight to the catering,
Oh, no.
and we are having Woods versus Reckoning.
That's right.
Finally.
Yes. Yes.
Beautiful. Perfect. just in time for the Retribution breakup.
And we
Perfect.
will tweet out Xavier Woods. We will tweet out Reckoning. We'll be like, WWE won't book your match, but damn it, we will.
But we will. All right. Well done. Thank you very much.
Oh,
I
no.
had a feeling that's where you were
Oh,
going to go.
no.
What?
Oh.
You
Oh, no. Oh, no, dear. Oh, dear friends. This is going to take some more explanation. Okay, so remember all those weeks back when Chad the Shad won? He won a little contest, and Chad won the rights to veto anybody's move.
Hold on. I can visualize
I have
this.
Chad's address.
We have.
I have Chad's address.
into the chat
I'm
room
going
right
to send
now.
him.
And he has apparently vetoed this move, this swap of Cameron Grimes for Xavier Woods.
Okay.
So, all right, well, back to the drawing board. Mad Mike, well, Sorgi, reset the clock.
Okay.
No funny business, Mad Mike. Would you like to try again? I mean, hey, you could still try during Patreon tonight.
Can I book Chad the Shad versus Walter just for the fuck of it?
Walter's already booked. Walter's already booked.
Oh, I can put Chad the Shad in that match.
I gotta put my foot down.
All right.
He's not trained, is he?
Yeah,
no.
of course he is.
No, he isn't.
Of course he is.
I don't believe he is.
I've seen a match with Chad the Shad in it.
That
He
was
is half of the weekly features.
Sir, that was
We can
backyard.
have half of
Sir,
Everride.
sir, that was
We can
back.
have half of the weekly features.
I can verify that was backyard wrestling and nobody
Bad
was
Bunny
trained.
isn't trained, and he's actually on WrestleMania.
I can verify with you that none of those people in that backyard were Bad Bunny.
How many Grammys did Chad have?
That I cannot confirm or deny.
All right.
Okay, clock's ticking, Mike. Let's go.
Fine, I'll just do it next week for Patreon on the bank anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
Can I see the card again? Because I had this all set up.
I know.
All right, I want to.
Chad is a spiteful motherfucker. That's what
I'm going to restart the clock since we were kind of talking over you.
Yeah, that's good. Totally fair.
Man. Okay, you know that Shinsuke Kushida Elias Roman match that never sat right with me.
Okay.
That's going away.
Okay.
Okay.
A
lot of random in there.
Yeah. Let's see. No, see, I have a whole thing.
It's always important to come with 2 or 3 matches ready. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
45 seconds.
You know, this is always usually when there's a lull like this. I like to mention to people.
Trish Stratus versus Rhea Ripley.
No, you can't do that. We already got. No, Rhea Ripley got dumped out of that match. All right, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Trish.
Wow.
Stratus versus Rhea Ripley. Very good. There we go. That'll work nicely. Okay. Good job.
Nice.
Chad approves, Mike. I'm sure you're
I
happy
don't
to
give
hear
a
that.
fuck if Chad approves. He's gonna get a bag of shit in the mail. That's what's gonna happen. I'm
all
just
right,
gonna
man.
make that match next week for Patreon on the bank, and I'm gonna auto-graduate it.
Looking forward to it. All
I'm really glad we don't do this event before Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, awkward.
Okay, Mad Mike, thank you very much. Chris, okay, are you ready to tackle this thing?
Ready to give it a shot.
All right. Sorgi, hit the clock. Chris, if you got any questions, feel free. I'm here to help. And let's do it.
I guess my first question is this: Is this my one shot tonight? Like we get one, right?
You get one shot. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, this is tough because I've got some matches in my head that I've had for years upon years upon years that I would love to see. So it's tough for me to have to pick just one right now. Let me look at this real quick. Let me just double check see what we got there. We don't have too many legitimate tag teams, do we?
No.
Not as such. No.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do because I love this match. There's some matches that I like a whole hell of a lot more. One of them would be Pete Dunne versus Danny Bryan in a 2 out of 3 falls match, but I'm not gonna do that. I have a match that I'd love to see because we haven't seen enough of them recently. I want to see a TLC match for the tag team titles. I want to see Hurt Business versus the New Day versus the Street Profits versus the Usos in a TLC match for the Tag Team
Business
Championship.
versus New Day versus Street Profits versus Usos.
TLC
All right,
match.
I'll let that fly.
We got.
Well, I will tell Chris that thanks to Xavier Woods already being on there, you're going to get Kofi and Big E as your New Day combination.
Fine, I would prefer Kofi just for the stunts' sake, but it'll be exciting no matter what.
Okay.
All right, and you have to decide which match you're replacing this match with.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
Okay, well that's tough too. All right, well, wow.
Which match don't you?
Which match do you like the least?
Well,
Kill it with fire.
Let me take a look here. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna remove anything involving Bad Bunny.
I think he's already gone.
I don't think Bad
He's
Bunny's
already
on
gone.
here right now.
Bad
No,
Bunny's
he's gone.
already gone.
Yeah.
You're safe.
He is gone because I have him on here.
You have updates on your screen.
You have week 7. It's week
Yeah.
8 that we need up there.
Yeah, you have updates on your screen here.
If you look at the screen, the Zoom right now, we have all the matches listed.
Oh, okay, there we go.
The blue ones are the newest ones. So
The blue ones are the newest ones. The
So
yellow.
what am I blowing up here? Man, that's tough. Oh shit, man. Can we spin the wheel?
what do you want me to?
You know what? I'm replacing one tag match that would be fantastic. Don't get me wrong. With, and I can't do that. I can't do that. Spin the damn wheel.
Okay, but what am I spinning for? I mean,
if
if you want, is it going to help?
Spin it, Sorg.
All right, I don't know what this number is going to determine, but we're spinning the wheel again.
Hold on, Sorg. Oh no, wait, because I was gonna say I would say one because we have 5 matches there.
Just spin it.
Let's
Sorg.
spin the wheel. Chris is going to interpret the number, I guess.
Yeah, only he'll understand.
23. What does that mean?
Chris, which match does that mean?
23 skidoo.
Bring up the damn card one more time. Oh, these are all so strong. These are all so damn strong.
23. What does it mean?
Oh God. This is gonna be unpopular, but I gotta get rid of one. Kevin Owens versus Matt Martell. I'm replacing.
There it is.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
As unpopular as you
What do you
think.
mean that's gonna be unpopular?
That's fine. That's fine. Matt Martell doesn't deserve to be on Mayhem Mania.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was the one match I had to go with. It was the one. It was the weakest link in the whole thing. I
That's fine.
had to pull it.
Wow, a show without Kevin Owens.
Well,
Chris, you have way too much conscience to play this game.
Yeah, I do. Well, I'm also an overthinker, especially with my years in the wrestling business. So it's just like my wheels turn so much that I overthink everything. I do that with life in general, but especially with wrestling. So.
Well, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. That's a fine match. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Chris. Alex, are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
All right. 30 seconds,
Alex,
Sorg. Let's go.
Mike,
don't
Mike,
blame me. Blame Chad.
Mike,
Blame
I thought
Chad.
we had a truce. We had a truce after last
Blame
year.
Chad.
Well,
I
okay.
made my move.
All right. So here's the deal. Okay,
Starting
I was
clock.
originally gonna add this tag team to the cinematic match, but Tina went and blew that up on me. So you made my play a little bit easier on me, Tina. As much as I really want to see Mako on Mayhem Mania, I'm going to swap out, I'm going to get rid of Sasha Banks versus Mako Satomura, and I'm going to replace it with a match that I think a lot of people will want to see. I'm going to replace it with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae versus the All-Star couple making their long-awaited returns to WWE.
No, the fuck you're not.
CM Punk and AJ Lee.
That's the move.
I can't have Bad Bunny on this card, then that's what I'm getting.
Huh. Okay.
Okay.
I got you. That's all right. I got you, Alex. I got you.
Was that a supportive I got you, or was that like a I got you?
Oh, Patreon of the Bank is going to be really interesting this year, I think.
I think so. I think you're right. All right, let's recap this card. I think we're heading in the right direction. You all have done a fantastic job.
Wait a minute.
I can't tell if that's serious or sarcastic.
I'm in trouble reading that.
Like it's the night of hard to interpret statements. All right, Karrion Kross versus Triple H in a cinematic match. Legado del Fantasma versus Breezango and RJ City. Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae versus CM Punk and AJ Lee, brought to you by a giant Brinks truck full of money. Randy Orton versus Papa Shango. The Hurt Business versus Kofi Kingston and Big E versus the Street Profits versus the Usos. Cameron Grimes versus Xavier Woods. Keith Lee versus Pete Dunne versus Cesaro versus Walter. And finally, Trish Stratus versus Rhea Ripley. Are we getting anywhere? I don't know. We'll see next week. Patreon in the bank. Only Patreon supporters of the Wrestling Mayhem Show get invited to play during Patreon in the bank. And they are equipped with wild and incredible powers to make fantastic matches beyond your wildest dreams. Actually, it won't be crazy like that. It'll be very nice, though. They're going to enjoy it. And as an extra little incentive to everyone to chip in and send that chatter over to Sorgatron, the highest contributing Patreon gets to determine the order of play for next Tuesday's Patreon in the bank round. And Sorgatron, we will determine who that person is on Monday night.
Yes.
During the live Monday Mayhem Warriors podcast. Sorgatron will check that Patreon live on the air, and we'll see who's in front, and we'll see who's officially in for Patreon in the bank, and then we'll bring the gang in, and then we'll eat up 2 hours of this show next week. Looking forward to it.
Oh, God,
Back
we
to you,
do.
Sorg.
We do, don't we? Oh, no. I forgot about that. Okay. Okay. All right. I got a plan for that. No guest, because the guest will be you, the Patreon supporters. So.
The guest will be hurt feelings.
The guest will be hurt feelings and your nightmares.
The guest will be the Hurt Business, because Mayhem Mania is the Hurt Business.
Ladies and gentlemen, what did you learn from wrestling this week? And please chime
I learned
in.
Chad the Shad is a fucking asshole.
Well, there you go. There you go. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
You knew it was coming. You saved this from ourselves. You got anything else, Mike?
Yes.
Oh, good. Good. Got something else that doesn't tell somebody to fuck off?
I learned that WWE is running an interesting series right now, the 50 best female performers of all time.
Nice.
And it's kind of cool. They're doing from 1993 on. So from when they brought back the women's championship with the Lunger Blaze. So you also don't have to run into the problem of like, where do you put Fabulous Moolah? Because we really shouldn't talk about Fabulous Moolah. So anyone from a Lunger Blaze on is interesting. And it's kind of fun to see. I disagree with the order so far of some people, and maybe we can all talk about that when they've aired all of them. But it's cool to have the Diva division kind of get some shine. So that's why I learned that they're paying a little bit of homage to the Divas and how, you know, they were the bridge from Trish, Lita, Jackie to what we have now with the women's evolution.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Dave Bonner learned that Peacock's user interface is worse than Chad that was this week. What?
It's fair.
Okay. Okay. I'm not saying that one. I'm not saying.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one.
I'm not saying that one.
We don't talk about that.
No, we don't talk about that one. Mainstream Matt, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that I severely underestimated Dr. Britt Baker's willingness to take damage.
My God.
And as someone who got to witness at least a slice of her rise in the independents here, like I said last night, I never saw this coming. But kudos to her, kudos to Thunder Rosa. That match was an absolute banger. So thank you for surprising all of us. It was awesome.
There you go. Alex, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned a couple things. One minor thing. I learned that inspiration can come at some of the most random places. I do want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Jordy from EWC, who would kind of suggested something to do with CM Punk and AJ Lee. That's what inspired the move. I just wanted to get that out there for the record. The other thing I learned this week from wrestling, actually learned from watching earlier today. I watched NWA Power's return to the airwaves, and they're building up some interesting storylines and trying to make a good return to form after being away for a while. So good on NWA. They're bringing in some good stuff coming in.
And to clarify, that's under a subscription now. It's not on YouTube. It's on Fight.
Yeah, it's $5 a month on Fight TV gets you access to the new episodes of Power, along with some other good bonus stuff as well. So.
And I know they have multiple ones. I think they do Honor Club and Impact Plus through Fight as well. And then there's an AEW Plus. I think that includes like when you. From what I understand, I think when the picture-in-picture happens on your TNT feed, you actually watch that full screen. Maybe
the AEW Plus is a international thing. I think that they did that in lieu of. Because of the TV deals that are going on, or they're working on,
but hey,
internationally.
But then it's accessible, right? So that gets them a foot in the door. And if something blows up in I don't know, France or something, and they can be like, hey, look at these numbers, give us a TV deal, right? So no, that's all beneficial. Let's go to, we said inspirational. I thought we were going to talk about Bad Luck Fale again because those TikToks are amazing. I love the one this week where he called up KFC and said he missed them. So, let's see who else is here. Tina, are you still with us?
I'm still with you.
Okay. What did you learn from wrestling this week?
That Peacock has made me think that we should all, how can I put this delicately, given the content schematics, work on our gag reflex.
Wait, what? I think you broke up a little bit in the middle there.
All I heard out of that was gag reflex, and I really don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
He's wanting to make sure we all don't choke on the cock.
Okay.
Just gonna like leave that hanging out there for all of us to just process for a few
All
minutes and just
flap it around in the wind. I don't like that.
If we get her back, we'll ask her exactly what she meant by that on Talking Mayhem Mania.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's a nice tease. Chris Taylor, veteran wrestler extraordinaire, member of the Fight Council. What did you learn from wrestling this week?
How do you follow that? How do you follow Tina? Here's a couple of things that I've learned from wrestling this week. I'm going to do a quick rapid approach here. First, I've learned that, Tina has an incredible eye for potential cinematic matches because I love that idea for a cinematic match between Triple H and Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is an incredible character. Triple H is one of the best storytellers in the business. That could be absolutely amazing. I have learned that Fight Underground has a lot of incredible things on the horizon. I have learned that after 20 years, IWC is still one of the very best in the business. So congratulations to them on 20 years this past weekend. And I've also learned this past week that Conquest Pro Wrestling down in Charleston, West Virginia, is growing and growing rapidly with an incredible locker room, what appears to be an incredible crowd, and be on the lookout for them. So definitely check out Fight Underground, check out IWC, check out Conquest Pro Wrestling. Support indie wrestling because if you love wrestling, we love wrestling. Continue to support it, and indie wrestling has been able to weather the storm of this pandemic, and it has actually it actually performed better than I thought that it would through it. So let's continue to hopefully once things get open and back up more and more, indie wrestling will continue to thrive, and I'm just happy to see the wrestling business remain healthy as a whole. It's better for everybody. So that's what I've learned.
There you go. There you go. Let's see from the chat room. Chad the Shad learned the power of the veto. Yep.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Bobby F. J-Town learned that WWE signed Thomas the Tank Engine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention
Braun
that.
Strowman with the sound effect. Fantastic.
I almost turned Raw off.
Yeah, that was almost like, what are we doing here? Like it went straight Looney Tunes. It's like this isn't
like, okay, so you're not gonna book Ricochet or Aleister Black anymore, so the sound effect budget had to go somewhere.
There you go.
But Jesus.
Also, Bobby is stoked for Asuka versus Rhea, but didn't mean for Charlotte to get out of here like she did. Yes. Speedy recovery and quarantine to Charlotte. So I learned. I had two, but I think I forgot my second one. Oh no, I remember my second one. First of all right, I'll start on the negative. Hey fans, and I know that alcohol was involved in the incident that happened recently. Hey fans, don't touch wrestlers' shit during their matches. Chris can probably back me up on this one. But it's a bad idea. It's just a bad idea, and it almost went south. So yeah, don't touch, don't snag a wrestler's gear. Don't snag the belt, God forbid. Jeez.
I mean, Sorg, if I may extend that, don't touch anyone's shit that isn't yours.
Don't touch the wrestlers. Don't touch. It's just be a fan, man. Just be a fan. Just be a fan, please.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Yes, exactly. I won't get into it, but anyways. And I learned that I got back into New Japan this weekend. Caught the last two episodes of the shows from the New Japan. I learned safety protocols if a earthquake is happening during a match. That happened Saturday morning. They had a 6-man tag, which included like two of their top champions down there with Ibushi and Tanahashi. Why can't I remember Tanahashi?
No, you've got.
It's the name. I'm like, he's the. I know I can
hilarious.
call him the Ace. You know what I'm talking about. And Okada was in there, and and we had some bad guys in there. So I don't know. I think it was Bull Club. Yeah, it was Jay White, because Jay White stole all the belts. Well, they had to wait like a half an hour on the feed, because I pulled it up and I'm like, why is this thing like 3 hours? That's crazy for these shows. And then I was like, oh no, they sat around for a half an hour making sure the building wasn't going to fall in. So that was interesting. I learned that it's not good to be a woman valet in New Japan, as Ospreay took out Bea Priestley after winning the cup, because that's more important than love, apparently.
Wow.
It is a nice title, Sorg. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
It is a nice belt. So, and it was nice cup.
Just to piggyback off of what you said, and just since Chris is here, I mean, none of us are professional wrestlers. But I mean, if I were, talking to a wrestler and he came up to me and he was like, what would happen if I had to kill 20 minutes of just dead time in the middle of a show because we had to fix a ring or do something like that? I would say, go back and watch this New Japan show where they dilly-dallied for 30 minutes during an earthquake delay, and just watch how they just maintain their characters while still, providing, the good guys were still trying to provide some comfort to the crowd. The bad guys were still trying to maintain their maintaining their lane on their side of thing. It was interesting just to watch it even from that perspective too.
Yeah. So, no, a lot of good this week in wrestling. I think I got everybody that's in here. Yes, maybe. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone else.
Okay. I keep forgetting how many people are on these calls sometimes. So, Chris Taylor, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
No, absolutely. Thank you for having me, man. I look forward to coming back as much as you'll have me. This is a good time. Got a good crew here, man. This is fun. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
Absolutely. We're gonna have to make that happen sooner than later. We'll have to get you to the studio for the first time when we open up the doors.
We'll definitely have to get you back on once you've seen the Snyder Cut.
Yes, that might be a Monday night visit when we talk about those things, sir. So go check out again. FUthrowdown.com is the website to check out what's going on there in the social medias for the Fight Council. And Chris, what social medias? Do you want to throw that out there for yourself? I know you're.
Oh man, I'm always terrible at this. I Facebook, whatever the hell my name is, /Facebook /Chris Taylor, whatever the hell that is. I don't even know. I have a Twitter. I think it's Chris Taylor _O.
Basically, look for Chris Taylor and find the one with the beard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guy with the beard.
Guy with the beard on your local social media. Thank you, everybody. Again, like I said, no guests next week because we are doing Patreon on the Bank, and I know better. But tune in, Fight Council. There's something else this weekend. What's happening this weekend? What weekend is this? Oh, Top Rope Tabletop is going to be happening. That's going to be Saturday night on the IndieWrestling.us. That is going to be Keith Hott, Tony Kincaid. Keith Hott is the Dungeon Master. Tony Kincaid, Brohemoth, Justin Idol, Tatiana Rose, and I think Tyler Klein is going to be joining the party. doing a Dungeons and Dragons campaign here in the studio in person. And we're going to be producing that and putting that out there, live streaming on Saturday night. If you want to drop in there, because I don't know if people do things on Saturday nights yet anymore. So, I don't know. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.